Hi everyone, this is Salvi with your VTuber news today. Before we get into the news, please hit the subscribe, like, and maybe even hit the bell notification icon, and let's get into the first story that we have today. Michimochievee, whichever way you want to call her, she has done amazing things for the community, and she has been such an amazing creator, such a ball of energy, and everything like that. That is not to say that she has not had struggles, as she mentions here in chat. For a bit, she had a male friend who would confide in her and, talked about her and talk to her about all these different things. Just a little bit of a warning, content warning for you guys. She does go into some deep subjects. She mentions it herself that it is a deep subject that she goes into. This is the part where I'm talking about. She already went over a lot of this stuff beforehand, but she wants to talk about specifically what happened. Just kind of a warning and to kind of, let people know what's going on with her, why she doesn't trust men so much.
One time, this was unironically in like broad daylight, he basically told me that he's going through a lot of shit, he's going through a lot of stuff, and he wants to talk about it. And I was like, sure, talk about it. And he's like, no, I want it to be more private because it's like very personal and he doesn't want other people to hear it. And I was like, all right. So then I followed him to his car that was parked in like this parking lot that's in a building.
It's always scary.
And the parking lot was pretty empty at that time. It was still in midday. This is not like at nighttime. And he wanted to talk in his car. And I thought that was normal because he has done this before. Like this has happened before. Nothing bad ever happens. The worst case is he cries and shit. Like I thought he just needed to cry, right? And yeah. I get it. Some men have trouble crying. So that's what I thought. So I found him to his car. Well, I guess I said the wrong thing. Like that one thing led to it started with him venting, and then I guess I responded incorrectly, and then it ticked him off, and then he got upset. And then I was like, shit. I was like, damn, I don't want to leave him angry, and I feel bad because I didn't mean it. Oh, so I'm trying to like calm this guy down, and this guy is like bigger than me in every sense of the word. So I was like, ooh, I'm trying to calm you down, everything. And then he starts like mentally breaking. Like bro had like a full breakdown. And again, I've known him for more than a year and a half. The breakdown kind of felt more aggressive this time. And I got my ass beat. I got my ass beat, and then I passed out. So that was the first time I was like, oh my god, I would have died. Because I actually did like pass out. And then I woke up because he was like
That's assault. That's straight up assault.
Slapping the shit out of me, and he's like, don't die. And I was like, oh, I'm awake. Yeah, I had a lot of bruises and it wasn't very nice. Well, to be fair, I was also kind of angry because I guess I had a lot of pent-up aggression, you know what I mean? I was like, you pulled me out, blah, blah, blah. And now I'm like scared, blah, blah, blah. Like, you've been doing this for like a while now and I'm mad. So when he got angry, I got angry. So then now we're both angry. And yeah, I got my ass beat. I laugh at it because I don't want it to be too sad. But yeah, he kind of like choked me and then I passed out. And then he slapped me awake because I wasn't breathing for a bit. And then I woke up and then I was like, what the fuck happened? So that's what I'm saying, chat. When the thought of like, oh my god, I could die crosses your mind, you shut down as a human being. It's not the same. And you've thought of like, I can defend myself. Nah, you can't. I'm saying like, I don't mean this in a way that's like, you're weak. No. Human instinct, if you're not built for it, you can't. It's not safe to escalate a situation. Yeah, I don't have now you know why I have this weird fear of being alone with a guy. Actually, I've never gotten to tell you guys why, but now you know the reason I don't like sharing a room or being alone with just a guy. Now you know. It's weird. I trust them, but at the same time, it's like, I've known this guy for so long. I didn't think he would be able to do that. I didn't think he was capable of like hurting somebody. We all think that way. But then they can. All it takes is like one loose screw, man. And then one loose screw for them is your life. So now you know I have this weird fear of like shit.
It is not a weird fear. She is underplaying it a lot, and she talks about, the wounds healed but still there. She has trusted friends now. The parents found out, got really pissed off. I mean, they got really angry at that.
Can be locked. Did you report him? No. I still remember this. Basically, my dad specifically, was so pissed. Here's the thing. This story might be like, oh, that's crazy. My dad was so pissed, but there's really nothing else we could do. And I didn't really want to say anything because I still felt bad. I didn't want him to like... I know this...
Michi is just such a wonderful person. So yes, her parents found out. Her parents were angry. She got a little bit, she has recovered a little bit. She went to therapy for it. She got all that kind of scaredness away from it. But the thing is, that fear will always be there with her. I would have that fear too if it were me with someone else and almost passing away because someone decided to freaking lose it and lose their marbles and do that kind of damage to me. I would be scared of that gender. I would be scared of those people if that ever happened to me. I don't blame her at all. I am so glad that she's doing so much better. She has a good group of friends around her. She has wonderful people around her, people that she can trust, people that, will be like, hey, you don't want to be alone with this person? All right, well, I'll be there with you. You know, that type of thing, so that she doesn't have to go through that pain. She doesn't have to go through that stress. She doesn't have to go through all that trauma all over again. Very, very happy for Michi. Everything is much more positive for her. So, of course, yes, it is a bad situation that happened, but I'm glad just, you know, it's kind of, I'm putting it out there kind of just as like a PSA for people. Be very careful who you're around, and don't feel bad if you are like Michi and you're scared of guys, you're scared of that. She shouldn't feel bad because that is a natural thing. You do not want to be around someone who almost game ended you. You don't want to be around the gender that almost game ended you. So I can absolutely understand that. That's trauma, that's PTSD, that's something that is beyond her control in most situations. So just showing you how strong she is. And yes, if you've gone through that, you're strong as well, and you should not have any kind of anxiety or anything from you actually feeling this way. You should not be like, oh my God, why am I feeling this way? Oh my God, why is this happening? You know, maybe I'm weak, etc. Do not feel that way. That's my primary goal for this. Michimochievee, or Michimochievee, whichever way you want to call her, is a member of vshoujo. She used to be Mika Milatika, of course, and we are going on to see what she's talking about today. His stream charts is basically my very proud mom at this moment. Also, did we actually do 61 hours in a week? Yeah, apparently they did. And this is what she's talking about. She is on there. She is on number 3. Top female Twitch streamers, 3rd week of March. Emiru, Iron Mouse, Michimochievee, Genie TTY1, Valkyrie, Zentreya, Miss Mika, by Owl, 39 Daff, and Salvi. Let's take a look at the closer one. Here you go. Female Twitch streamers. Emiru is still top, and then of course you have Iron Mouse did 41 hours, Michimochievee did 61 hours of streaming and got 302k hours watched. Then you get Jimmy TTI, who did, you know, 53 hours, 30 hours, 43 hours. So the one who got, I think, the most per hours watched, I think, was probably Emiru. Like they did 23 hours and they got like 20 times the hours, pretty much close to 20 times the hours watched. Basically 20 hours per every hour that she has there were watched. Well, 20k per that. 20k per the hour. And that's a lot. That's a lot of time. So yeah, these are all the ones here, of course. It is amazing to see them all there. It is amazing to see that some VTubers are among the top ones. You have, of course, Zentreya, and that's vshoujo. Let's say vshoujo all the way. Zentreya there. You have Michi, and then of course you have Iron Mouse. Those are the VTubers that I know of. Valkyrie, I think, as well. Valkyrie actually as well. Never mind, sorry. But of the vshoujo ones, being in like top 5 would be, yeah, that's freaking amazing. So of course, she's very, very happy. We are very, very happy. It is amazing to see all of this, and I do appreciate that you guys, you know, support them, and whoever does support them. If you didn't even know they existed, well, that's another thing, of course. But I think a lot of people support them, and it's very, very nice for their hard work to pay off that way. Rosemi sets a new personal best. What are we talking about? Big news! Big news! This was a record for her. This was a record-breaking stream for her. Let's take a look at what she was trying to do. She says, once I smile, I stream ends. So there she is. She's just not talking. And then when she is talking, she's going to be talking in a different way. She's just sitting there. Menacingly.
Rounded like an O. Literally. Okay, so. We're almost at 3 minutes, which is really, really good. So, we are getting there. We are getting there. Dinner short.
And of course, the issue is that for the majority of Live 2D, the resting face is the smiling face. It is a resting smile. That is how a lot of people do their Live 2D stuff. And the thing is, of course, if they don't talk or whatever, or they don't move their mouth in certain ways, it will always look like a smile. So that's what she's trying to stop here. 2 minutes and 48 seconds. Let's see how far she goes.
I already ate dinner. I ate mac and cheese. Oh wow, so
mac and cheesy.
I have marshmallows in my mouth. Oh my god, eating mac and cheese with your mouth like this is so hard. Anyways, I had no. Okay, I had mac and cheese. I'm not a squirrel. Shut up. Okay.
She's not a squirrel, but I am. So let's see how long she actually lasted. There you go. She couldn't last very long. There you go. She done, boyzos. That was it. 3 minutes and 45 seconds. She lasted longer than I do. So that is the big, huge news of Rosemi today. Seen in the VTuber community how fan bases can ruin things, and fan bases can make things kind of uncomfortable or make it like wild or crazy, or people have to defend themselves against their fan bases and things like that. You would think that it normally happens on the girl side a lot, which it does. You have unicorns and things like that. But the male side has the fujoshis and such that also are a little bit overly protective of whatever brand it is that they feel needs to be protected. In this case, it is First Stage Production EN and Nyx Voltaire specifically. He is a part of Ravanis, which is their new generation as shown up here. They have been doing amazing work for Stage Production EN with their male side. They are very, very successful in their male side. And of course, we have this here. FSP EN is a male-focused VTuber agency and will be that way for the foreseeable future. Why is he talking about this? There was a stream recently where there was kind of a conversation of, are they going to be having female livers in there, female VTubers? And a lot of people got very angry with them even mentioning females in the whole thing. So of course, there's going to be people that are going to be like that on both sides. Let's take a look. That is the market that FSP EN wants to target, and that is totally fine. What is not fine is disrespecting women in any capacity because of this. I love women and actually watch female streamers as much as male ones. I do too. I don't give an F if you think that it's breaking some kind of unspoken rule while being here. I will not stand for anything like that in my chat, and you will be deleted from existence, from my existence, if you bring that S around here. We can joke around and have fun about certain things, but there is a line. And sometimes I can miss things that are going on when I'm focused on trying to stream and don't get told until afterwards by Mana-chan or mods. But I expect better of you to just at least be respectful by default. That is my main thing. Let's just say something right now. That's my main thing. Disagreements are a big part of the whole thing. Disagreements are going to happen in human world. They're going to happen in the VTuber world. They're going to happen in communities. People are not going to like one person or the other in communities. That's perfectly fine as long as it remains respectful. That is the big thing. It has to remain respectful. You cannot be an a-hole to people who did not do anything bad to you, who have not done anything bad to start off with. This evil women thing is not good. You cannot please everyone, and there will always be two audiences that want one thing over another, but we should all at the very least want to strive to be kind to one another while we coexist in this space. If you can't at least do that, at the very least do that, then you are no roomie of mine. Zion says, thank you. Zion Zeep. Well said. Athena. Gun D. Drake. EDM based. Very well said, especially the last part. Thank you, sir. FSP EN is a male-centric VTuber agency and aims to maintain that focus. Targeting this market is acceptable. Disrespecting women, or whatever other side it is, like for the women's side, disrespecting men, etc. You don't do that. Just don't be an a-hole. That's the basic rule of human existence. Don't be an a-hole. Be decent at least, for F's sake. My goodness. Try to be decent at least. Holy moly. I wish more people were decent. And I'm glad that he was like, I don't care if people leave. This is not what I want in my community. That is great. I'm very glad that he put that boundary out there for setting those boundaries straight. I love that. And that is why I wanted to mention this. For those not in the know, it is 07s right now because of the fact that Milky Queen, who was a part of My Princess, which was a group of VTubers, vsingers, is going to be graduating on March 31st. It was announced in February 27th, I believe, or February 20-something, and I did cover it when it was first announced. We are talking about the 07s right now because this is, of course, the last collab that she had with Mori Calliope, one of her friends in the whole community, and it is, of course, a sad thing to see Milky Queen go. I believe Milky Queen was one of the people who inspired her to kind of get into singing and that kind of stuff. If I'm not mistaken, I may be getting things confused, so of course, correct me if I'm wrong. I have been wrong before. Do not mind being corrected again. But that is what my memory tells me. Now, they had a very, very fun collab together, a karaoke collab. So let's take a look at a bit of it.
Very much like, you know, I'm a deadbeat. So
You were my first exposure to VTubers, though, like, truly. Like, I kind of knew what a VTuber was, but, like, I didn't totally understand until someone was like, hey, you know, that one underground Shinigami should try collaborating with Milky Queen. And then I looked you up and I was like, what is this one of those fancy VTubers?
Aww,
And
that's
I
so
found
sweet.
you. And then I followed you and we became friends.
That's so nice. Yeah, I was so happy to. Yeah, I'm very grateful to be your friend, and thank you for always being such a good friend to me.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah, we're getting all sentimental even though the stream's barely begun. But I wanted to address the fact that, you know, we're celebrating
What's
you
a
moving
VTuber?
forward. Yeah, what's a VTuber?
VTuber.
VTuber. Is that how you say it in British?
VTuber. Yeah,
VTuber.
VTuber. Oh, it depends what kind of level we're going. We could either go VTuber.
Okay.
You know, if it was like my mum, it'd be like, Milky, what is a VTuber?
So they're having a bit of fun there. I wanted to show you guys that. And just coincidentally, I didn't even plan that. That was actually, I didn't even plan that. I just went in a random portion of where it was, and it ended up actually explaining where she got to know her from. That was just a weird coincidence. Like, you know me, I don't plan these things, but that was a weird coincidence that happened. Here we go. That was my princess here as well. This was their channel with Milky in the left and the other two right there. They also had done this. The other two are, of course, Moe Minori and Tsuyahime, who both, Moe Minori is going to be continuing streaming activities under the company of the My Princess thing, under the company of the people in there. And Tsuyahime is going to graduate on the 28th and Milky Queen on the 31st. So those are the things that I wanted to cover when it came to them. It is unfortunate that their group did split. It did seem like it was an amicable split. It was just, you know, things happened. But it is nice to see that she had a lot of industry friends, which makes me think she's not going to disappear overall. She's not just going to be like, poof, no more VTuber for you. It's going to probably be in some other way. Either she's going to go and make another, like a PL type of thing, or she is going to maybe join another agency, join somewhere else after all the fray is done. We don't know 100% what's going to happen, but whatever it is, I do wish her the best. And I know that she will probably still keep in touch with Mori and a lot of other people, Calli, or some people call her, and a lot of other people in the industry that she knows. Hololive is having a meet and greet thing going on in Hong Kong, a big event. They're having, of course, first Iris and Odo Crony on March 30th. Doors open at 12:30 over there, of course, local time. Showtime at 2 p.m. local time. 90-minute performance, Hololive meet at Hong Kong. I believe it looks like it's probably going to be maybe some concert types things, and also just since it says performance, looks like it's probably going to be just a full-on performance with both of them. Date March 30th, Sunday, doors open 5:30 p.m. And of course, this one is going to be the next one, Morei Calliope and Takanashi Kiara. So those are the two that are there. And of course, they do have this trolley car with the whole thing going on there. Very, very nice. Very cool. And of course, this, I believe, is in Hong Kong itself. So this is, this does cost a lot of money to get it fully wrapped. It does cost them a lot to get it wrapped and keep it wrapped for the whole thing. So I'm glad that they're actually, you know, promoting it very well, even though it's not like a big situation for them. It's not something huge, but it is something big for the community. It is not like what I mean by huge is like, you know, HoloFest and things like that. The pickup location for fan benefits are going to be distribute items after ticket validation and entrance. Please follow the steps, join the queue. These steps here. They're going to do ID verification, which is good. Security checks, hand stamps, that kind of stuff. Fan perks will only be distributed on March 30th and no reissue or re-exchanges. Follow staff directions, and these are for the, you know, situations down here. These are the things that are going to be dispersed, which are the light sticks. Ooh, they look actually pretty good quality light sticks, honestly. For, of course, all the ones that, yeah, it looks like it's going to be more like a concert type thing. So that's very, very nice. And of course, these things are also going to be given out for both sides. And that is great. It's great to see that. It is very good to see that happening. And Odo Crony says, free goods for those attending the Hong Kong event. For more info where they buy a ticket, check out the link here soon because it's only just a few days away. Of course, that's if you are in Hong Kong or can easily get to Hong Kong. This is a good idea to go and take a look. Welcome back, everybody, to the VTuber Showcase, the place where I like to showcase up-and-coming VTubers of various sizes, shapes, forms, types, everything in between. I do it because I want it to be a positive space for everybody, not a space where we knock each other down, tear each other down, or anything like that. Today, we're talking about Mauling Rouge, best of Gevaudan VTuber, I'm assuming. It says the Napoleon of Wolves, the short king of Haunted, Inc. 9, and the Himbo of Horror. Let's take a look at their Twitch channel. Here we go. The beast of Gevaudan VTuber, hosting Himbo Horror more in chat and chateau. There we go. Let's take a look at their, this is where they were doing some karaoke. Let's take a look.
Well, I'm a thoroughbred, that's what she said in the back of my truck, bread, as I was getting buzzed on some suds out on some...
That is my Chuck bread. He was thinking about bread. He was hungry. He was hungry. And here we go. Beast of Gevaudan VTuber, Wolfboy VTuber specializing in indie horror games. Here we go. Taking a look, 1700 VTuber sing Old Town Road. Taking Shrexy VTuber sings All Star. Other things like that. More of their things here. It says scary outside, even for the beast. So little shorts, little heavily edited things out there, which are good for when you're trying to create content. And believe me, they're not easy. It's not easy to do. So I always look up to people who are able to do that. I always, I'm amazed at what people can do. So thank you again, Mauling Rouge, for allowing me to showcase you on my channel. And I do hope this helps you in some way. Thank you so much for watching. That is all the news that we have for today. Please let me know down below if you want to know any more news or if you have any comments regarding anything that you saw here, which I will try my best to respond to. I love seeing your comments down below. Of course, as well, like and subscribe to the channel. That will give you more information every single day. I do 2 videos a day, so hopefully you enjoy.